ever wondered about what the journeys of drug addicts and recovering drug addicts is like? The struggles, the victories, and just basically every single thing that they go through. Now we are so excited to be bringing to you a few people from the Coffee Wednesday from Antamapema to just talk together with them and share their journey and their stories. And yeah, so join us. Let's see how this goes. Welcome to the second episode of Not Unknown. Today we are joined by Clinton Ochieng, and I'm just so excited to listen to him and to see how this goes. So Clinton, karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Myself, I am a male from Siaya, a place called Nia. Born in Kisumu, raised in Kisumu, educated in Kisumu, still living in Kisumu. Yes.
So utatuambia tu jina yako, and then kama uko comfortable nayo pia unaweza tuambia age yako, and then tutaendelea.
Ni kwa majina wanaitwa Manuel Okedo Duro. Na age yangu 1998 mwezi wa 4 tarehe 8. So mimi niko na miaka 20 kama na 5 hivi, wacha niseme hivi. Na nilineza kuingia hapa Kisumu. Kwa jini mimi natoka Siaya. Okay. Kisumu pa kama niliingia. Mwenye nilipatia place alishakufa. Pia alikuwa tu nje, alikuwa anasema kama namuuliza nilikuwa natafuta dada yako mwingine hapa. Akakufa.
Now my education, I went to Central Primary School. From there I proceeded to Kisumu Boys High School. I completed my school in 1987.
Wow.
Then from there I joined the Catholic faith. I started as an altar boy. After that I joined the choir. From there I now entered into marital life, whereby I was blessed with a spouse, a lady called Margaret from Ugenya. We had 7 kids.
Wow.
But unfortunately, we buried 4 and we remained with 3. Now, my life, or my marital life, has been a challenge to me as well as to my family also, because when I married, I was just okay. I was humble, a Christian, fully devoted to God. Then in that process of marriage life, something just happened to me, because life being that life is not a straight line,
of course,
things changed all of a sudden. That I realized that I had commotions with my parents sometimes, because there are things that I wanted, and sometimes there are things that they could not afford. So I also realized that marital life was not something easy, because a man has to struggle. And being that this life was not something I was used to, so I had to keep on living in that life, because there was nothing I can do, since kids were also now there. Now after that I found myself being into some other groups, workmates. Since I had no proper employment, I was in the Juakali sector, in fact construction sector.
Nice.
Yeah, that's where I started. As a mutu wa mkono, a helper by the way. We were earning roughly 30 shillings per day.
Oh, goodness gracious.
30 shillings per
30
day.
shillings
By
per
then,
day, and you have kids,
yes,
and you have a wife you need to take care of.
Yes, and I had to pay rent. So things were not easy. For you to make ends meet, in fact, it was hard. Now, after that, being that I had some workmates, I found myself one day that they told me, no, dear, please come, test this. I said, no. No, just try it. They started with giving me cigarette, this SM, sweet menthol. I remember vividly. Then when I tried that for the first time, it shocked me, and in fact it was hard for me to continue with it. Then after a short while, after a short period, again they introduced me to what we call this local brew we call changa. I tasted it for the first time. Okay, fine, I swallowed it. Then they told me, okay, fine, now, if you can swallow that, no, blend it with this. They added me another SM cigarette. Then when I tried, when I'm drinking, when I puffed it, it went smoothly, it never choked me. Okay, from that moment, after that spree, I went back to my house. I realized that Mama, even if Mama was talking, was asking me about money, she was now insisting the way she used to demand money from me immediately when I went back home. Things were just normal to me. I could not even answer her. I was just there, lying in bed, thinking my own thing.
Dada yangu pia walikuwa wamemoa, wakamtupa. Sasa walimpata, kakuwa rote. Nikasema wacha niingie tu kwa hitu according to class kwa ajili. Once you join there, unataka sleep na hao, wanapata pale kulala, wanatumia gum, wanatumia kila kitu, bangi na pombe.
Emmanuel, acha nikurudishe tu nyuma kidogo. So kumaanisha umekuwa kwa streets?
Nimekuwa kwa street.
Hebu tell us a little bit about that. Ilianzaje? Nini li happen?
Kenye li happen? Nilisikia dada yangu ni mgonjwa. Sasa mimi nilikuja kummeet. Na kumbe bwana yake alimuoa. Kamtupa kaburini, wakamzika huko na watu walandi kwa ajili. Umejua tu hii kwa pozi ya mchari. Hakuna mwenye anaweza kusupport kwa ajili ni unknown. Na leleka pia kama tujui mjetu mtu wa shule mwenye amepotea. Sasa mimi kukuja. Leo pata watu wa street. Sasa ilibidi kama umeingia pale wenye waswiti utaadopt ukeni vile wako ndio ili uishi na kama unatumia gamu na utumi huwezi succeed kwa ajili chakula tunaomba tulikuwa ndio hoteli yoyote tunalala hapa especially kama hata Taifa Park bado tunafagia hapo ile nini ili tu survive. That's why I never forget them. Kama nimepata pesa yangu nimeshaona hii ni pesa ya chama. Mimi na go to street tena wamenijua nikuja tu hivi. Anko mpaka niseme nguo zingine hata kama ni zile za 30 tachukua mpaka ni magari. Because nilitoka huko. Siwezi kuwa forget.
So my goodness, that's kwanza kitu bado unafanyia sahihi. Hiyo ni literally giving back to the society in a massive way. So ulikuwa umeingia kwa streets as a street child ukikuwa age gani?
Kama niko age ya 13 years.
13 years?
Yeah.
Guy, that's so young. Na all the way umetoka Siaya huko Kisumu, you know no one.
I don't know.
Mwenye ulikuwa unatafuta is dead.
Is dead, wale mua pia wakamzika kama tujui.
Kama ujui. Sasa mtu wetu wenye tu anaweza kusupport ni fellow street kids.
The fellow street kids.
Na kama unataka kwa hii gang lazima utatumia gum.
Adopt.
My goodness.
After doing that for about 3-4 days, it became a routine.
Also, you actually were drinking and smoking for just like 3 whole days.
Yes.
Wow.
After work, we would go to Mama Pima. Then we do the way it was now the routine. Then I realized, okay, fine, now if this is the case, then I'm not being mentally tortured. Then this is now the right thing I should.
Yeah, because when I am drunk and I'm high, I do not care whatever she says.
Yes. And then after about 2 years, my wife told me, no, dear, I cannot tolerate this. I'm going back to my parents' place. And I said, no, don't go back. If you want to go back, let us go to our parent first, then we talk so that you leave this place when my parents are also aware that you are now leaving this place. And she accepted. We went to be with her. And my dad told me, no, young man, it's not that in that order. I also struggle. For me to raise you to where you are right now, I also struggle. And in fact, what I passed through with your mother, with your other brothers and sisters, it was not easy. So just persevere. It is you now to change. But since now you are a grown-up, I cannot cane you. It is you now to decide on your own what kind of life you want to lead. my son, why are you shaming me at this hour? You should have waited till I die is when you can go into such a kind of lifestyle. And I said, no, I should think. I told him, no, Dad, I've heard what you've said. I'm going back and I have to think, because a normal human being must think. I'm going to think and I'll give you a feedback very soon. My wife also told my dad that, no, I've heard what you have just said and I've heard the way Baba Brian has answered you. So let me wait. I'm not leaving now. I want to hear what he's going to answer. The feedback is going to give you back. So she stayed put.
So she decided she wasn't going.
Yeah, she wasn't going now. Now we stayed there and I never changed. One funny thing that happened is that I never changed.
Oh, so you promised that, but then...
And I never even gave my dad a feedback. Now, God decided to do something wonderful to me. And in fact, it was something that, if I think about it, I don't know where I can put my mind. Well, it was on a Sunday. We left Nyalenda, where we are used to stay, and we went to a certain place we call Orongo, those sides of Kano, deep inside there. Now, where we went is a place where they were brewing the local stuff. Reaching there, in fact, when you go to the brewery, it is a bit, you pay less, and you are given
a lot of
it.
Yeah.
And we went there. In fact, we carried only 20 shillings. And that 20 shillings, all of us, the three of us, we were drunk such that I can't even recall how we left one another. I just found myself along the Nyalenda Ring Road, heading back to Pandupiri, where I was staying. Now, I felt like going for the short call. And I said, okay, fine, let me go into that Kamataro so that I may relieve myself out of this mess. And something came to my mind. Now, okay, fine. It is a short call, yes. And what is it now? Something came to me like Kunyamba, sort of, like vatting. Then, in that process, I tried to release the whatever. And I just realized that my shoe and the socks were now in a mess. Then something said to me, no, try to stop it. Don't let it go. And you know, when you are drunk, whenever you are trying to do something, things happen opposite. Instead of trying to squeeze it, instead of trying to stop it, I pushed it out. And I just heard somebody whistling by the roadside. And in that process, flies came. Yes, these flies, the blue one, and they were all over my body. I said, oh my God, what is it?
How did that incident affect you? Let me just take you back a little bit. Now you pooped on yourself, you peed on yourself, flies all over, people are looking at you. What did you feel in that moment?
No. At that moment, I never cared. I never cared. I just came out of that place and I went back to the road and I started walking. Forgetting that my genital organ was still outside. I never took it back.
You had not, oh my goodness.
I never zipped up. I walked until I reached a place they call Pandupiri Primary School, where my daughter was learning. And at that moment, reaching that gate, things now started to appear differently to me. I saw them asking themselves, hey, who is that? And I started laughing at them. I think, you know, when you are drunk, you don't know where you are. Things are just normal to you. I started laughing at them. And they said, no, this is Betha's dad. This is Baba Betha. And now they formed a choir. Immediately, at that instant, they formed a choir. In Luo. Baba Betha Diao, Baba Betha Diao, Baba Betha Diao. Okay. Reaching nearer to where I stayed, now this choir became
Bigger and louder.
Now, my wife was seated with the other ladies. The land where we used to stay. She had the report that, oh, that man is coming, but today is different. My wife never bought that. Yeah, she was not even ashamed. She just came out and faced me. Seeing the way I was, she never talked to me. She just came and got hold of me. She got hold of my arm and she guided me up to the house. Reaching the house, we entered the house. She removed all my clothes. She took a basin with water to the bathroom. She guided me again to the bathroom and she left me there so that I may bathe. Immediately the lady went back. I fell down in the bathroom, inside the bathroom. The basin was damaged. All the water spilled out. And I started sleeping. And in fact, I slept there.
You slept in the bathroom?
In the bathroom. Then the wife realized that, oh, why? This guy is not coming back. What's happening? She came to check what was happening. And she found me asleep. She never did anything. She just went back and came back again with a basin full of water. The damaged one, she threw it out. And she bathed me. She cleaned me. After that, she guided me back to the house.
Clinton, now looking back
Yes.
to that incident and how it made your wife feel, how do you feel about it now?
Well, after that, my dear, let me just finish something. That night, I just slept without even eating because I never knew where I was. Now, come next morning, I was tired, I had a hangover, I could not even leave for work. I could not even wake up. And my wife decided to prepare for me a meal so that I may have a proper meal that morning, since I never ate the other time, the previous night. And she told my daughter, okay, fine, Betha, you prepare for your dad the table and take this food to your dad so that your dad will eat. He never ate last night. My daughter told my wife that, Mom, that's not my dad. Do you get me? And my wife also asked me, hey, Clinton, imagine now your daughter said that you are not her father. Because she can remember vividly what happened yesterday and the group that came here yesterday singing behind you. Dear husband, what do you think is happening with this our family? I'm telling you, my dear, from that moment, my dad never talked to me, but he heard what had happened. And it was now upon me now to decide which path to take. And I said, no, it is me now to decide. And my wife also told me that it is either Pombe, you marry Pombe, or it is me. So me and Pombe decide among the two things. I told her, no, not Pombe, it is you. And I told her, oh dear, in case you can decide to leave me the way I am, I know vividly that my life will come to an end. I can't make it alone. So it is you now to help me get out of this mess. And she told me one thing, that if you can know that I'm the one who can get you out of that mess, it is you now to decide. Know yourself first and decide, is it me or you? No, I have no problem. But I'm having a problem with you because we have kids. We have a rental house. This kid has to go to school. We have to eat. And remember, my husband, that you don't have any proper work you don't have a proper job. It is only 30 shillings per day. And this is not enough. Cannot even sustain us. Now, what do you want me to do? That is when I decided, and I said no. And my wife told me one thing. In fact, the lady helped me. She told me one thing. Okay, fine. I don't deny that. I don't say that I don't want you to drink. You cannot drink, but avoid friends. So, Baba Bran, I want to tell you one thing. Go to work. After work, just walk straight to this house. Don't go to the Mama Pim again. Never attend there. Okay, I did that for 1 week. From work, I just go straight to my house. From work, I just go straight to my house. Now, my other friends started realizing that I was now changing my lifestyle. And they told me now, okay, fine, you are becoming a coward. I told them, yes, I accept. Let me remain a coward. Yes.
Could you take us a little bit about through your recovery journey now that
okay, fine. I want to tell you my recovery journey. My wife told me, okay, fine. I know it is not something that you can leave immediately. You cannot just leave it at once. It is a process. So, from work, come straight to the house. And even if it is a matter of drinking, I'll allow you to take pombe, but not cigarette. So choose one. I told her, okay, fine, choose for me one. She told me, okay, fine, I'm choosing for you pombe. Because I know with the cigarette, you'll consume a lot of money. Because you can even smoke one pack of cigarette from morning to evening. And that is a lot of money. And with pombe, you just take it in the evening when you are going to bed. You can just have just a thought. And that is what she did to me. From job, I go back to my house. After that, I gave him the much I had, which was 30 shillings. She can take 5 bob, only 5 shillings. During that period, this local brew, we call it Changa, it was being, they started giving me 5 shillings. It was somehow a glass of that size. She can give me that one. After eating, when I was now seated, preparing to retire to bed, she can give me that one for 5 shillings. Yeah. Then I go to bed. But no cigarette. As time passed by that way, it came a period that I became ill. Do you understand? I became sick with the malaria. I went to hospital. And from hospital, I was treated, went back to my house. Then something happened to me that I never had that appetite, even of eating, even of consuming that alcohol. And that is how I started leaving it slowly, slowly, slowly. Then my wife did something very funny. She told me, okay, fine, Baba Brian, let us now go to church for today. I want us to go to church because I was thinking that there's a mass wedding that is supposed to be taking place. And I would like us, our family, to be part of that. So I've taken our names there, and in fact they want to meet us so that when that mass wedding comes, we may also be among the people to be wedded. I said, hey God, this is great. I joined that team and we were wedded in a mass wedding. We were about 10. Yeah, 10 families. We were wedded together. After that, I started changing my lifestyle. Now I started to avoid the friends who used to give me the pombe. I started avoiding those people who used to smoke. I started avoiding all those people who were taking me to the ladies. In fact, this life of involving yourself with the women outside marriage, it is something common because pombe goes with women. When you consume alcohol with women, they go together. Yes, you cannot tell me that you can go for alcohol leaving behind the harlots. No, harlots with women, with the pombe, they go together. So that is how I ended up changing my lifestyle. But after a short period, again I found myself, when God now blessed me with the work, now it was not that 30 shillings. I was now earning around 27,000. Went back to Bombay, and I was now I was not consuming this local brew, but I was now using the beer. Yeah, the beer and the whiskey.
Yeah. So sasa hiyo uko 13 umeanza kutumia gum. Ukagraduate to nini ama ni gum tu uliendelea nayo?
Niligraduate nayo. Nilipata bwana mwingine. Wanamuita ba. Pia bwana actually wanamuita ba, alikuwa ameact jiba mnakolo. It's just want to be. Naweza sema yeye ni father yangu. Nilimpata akinitoa akanipeleka Big Center ya kwanza. Hapo tulikuwa tunafundishana lakini alipata kama mimi niko bright. Naweza sikia maneno. Sasa uba unanisaidia nilipata hapa akasema unajua huyu ni mtoto wangu. Na wewe unafanya nini hapa? Nimesema baba. Hapa watu na share happiness. Lakini kejifurahi. Nitaongea na wewe. Sijampata wana kuanga siji wanamchanga baba. Baba Flo. Hata kutoka hapo nikasikia anaishi Manyata. Kama anaishi na nilipigia naambie. Anaambia nilipigia. Pia nilipata kama nimeshapata pia sponsor. Huyo sponsor wangu walikuwa namuita Kajwa. Alikuwa anatoka Kenya Youth Employment and Opportunity Project. Nikaenda huko. Sasa huyu jamaa akasema kama unaweza soma, uliwacha standard, uliwacha class gap. Nikasema mimi na niliwacha standard 5. Sasa kama unanisaidia, nisaidie. Unaenda shule nikasema sawa. Kanipeleka Bugalo. Kama nishaenda Bugalo. Nikamaliza tu my 8th.
Nice.
Kutoka hapo. Sasa hivi nikarudi kwa mama akasema pia yako na watoto. Hiyo tena umejua tu yani.
Yeah.
Akasema kama naweza kulili. Nikajoin secondary school. AIC African Land Church. Nini? Nyayo. Kanipatia hapo tu man. Kwa hapo baada secondary. So I joined primary level.
Okay, nice. So history ya kukunywa pombe, when did it start?
It start when from my child and kama naenda kwa secondary. Pia nilipata pia kama kwa jilbini kwa sponsor mimi sina kitu. Unajua sponsor kama umekuwa pale wewe ni mtoto wao. Nikapata maboys hapo. Wakanini yani kuongea tu umejua tu ila ndio tu child.
Yes.
Kama niligia nao hiyo kwa ile child. Pia nimekuwa paka mimi mpaka hiyo tunao. Nilikuwa najidunga hizo zote.
Wow.
Nilikuwa najidunga hizo.
Na sasa unapata wapi like heroin ulikuwa na get from where?
Nilikuwa na get kwa jili nilizoana mtoto mwingine. Alikuwa mtoto wa MCA. Kansila wale sasa unajua hii
hapo na hiyo doa na afford
na kutembea
so mko tu kwa group nyinyi mnabangaiza but people are mnajidunga and what not.
But I realized that these things are not, I could not accommodate them because my mind, my brain could not accommodate them. That is when I ended up in fighting. I ended up in a mess again. Then in that process I was arrested, taken to jail because of fighting. I was jailed 10 years, whereby I took 6 years, 4 months.
Sasa point gani uli realize this is an addiction imekuwa sasa ni excess? Nataka kwanza recovery ilikuwa point gani?
This addiction. Kenye realize nilikuwa naona kama najitupa mbali kabisa. Na my life is my own. Kwa hiyo after all sitaenda kwa kina ule acha nisaidie. Tumeshakuwa watu wakubwa. Tabaki tu hapo. Ewa alimtengenezea. Na mimi nilizaa kijana mmoja. Na mama pia ako wanasukuma na wheelchair. So nilisema kama tu hii tu ni drugs. Niliwacha mpaka walikuwa nasema ati uwezi wacha ile kujidunga na shindano. Paka nikakaa kama nini paka leo.
So wewe uliacha tu like hakuna support group, hakuna therapy, uliamua tu na ukaacha.
Therapy nilienda Kenya Medical Research. Wakaniambia abapo nilike tu kwa bahati kidogo kabisa. Yani sijui niliangiaje. Wakanifundisha hizo vitu. Nikatoka. Second thing nikaenda kwa NACADA. Wakanifundisha, wakaniambia vile na kuanga. Nikasema kama ni hivi. I can't quit.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you a bit of a personal question. Nini, like hii part yako ya kutumia drugs. Nini ilifanyikanga yenye ulikuwa unaona hapana unajiumiza? Kumekuwa na event specific?
Specific? Sina job. Lakini nitalewa. Sina chakula. Alafu umejua hii dunia yenye tuko sahi. Kama umelewa, hakuna mwenye atakusaidia. Sema wewe umelewa. Saa zingine ulikuwa na marafiki kule amekujua. Amekunulu umelewa. Anaenda.
Okay.
While in jail, I decided to join the industry section, whereby I trained as a painter and decorator. I trained as a songwriter. I trained as a publisher. I trained as a glass fixer. I trained as a spray painter. Then, after completing my jail sentence, I came out, and being that for the last 6 years and 4 months, I never had any place to get the alcohol, I never had any place to get the bangi, I never had any place to get the cigarette, I decided to do away with all those materials. And now, when I came out, it took me 9 years while my wife was still there. Come 2019, the lady passed away, and leaving me behind with 3 kids. My elder daughter is now married. She has 4 kids. My elder son, he has completed his education. He trained as a motorcycle mechanic. He works at Ngea, my home area. And now I have a last born daughter who lives at Limuru with her aunt. And my daughter told me that, Dad, with me I want to become a nun in the Catholic faith. Yeah, so she's with the Carmelite sisters in Limuru. She's still training with them. And I'm happy God has done for me wonders, because I never knew that I can have such a kid who can decide to go for that kind of life. And now, even as we are talking now, I don't involve myself in drugs, I don't smoke, I don't take pombe. It is me now to tell others what kind of life a man or a normal human being who wants to raise a family, a man who would like to have a change. Because I remember vividly, immediately when I decided to do away with the pombe, I became sober-minded. That was one. I realized that I can now save money. There were some things that I never aspired to do, but now I've acquired them, because for one, I have a shamba.
Oh, amazing.
I have a shamba, yes. 2, even my grandchildren, whoever has a problem, I can take money out of my pocket and assist. Something that would not happen during that period. Economically, I am healthy, I can say so. With the little I'm getting, I can use it wisely.
That is amazing.
Yes.
I am so envious of how your journey has been. And unfortunately, we are out of time, but I want you to just give your last word. What is it that you will say in just a minute?
What I can say? Well, what I can tell my fellow I'm still a youth.
Yes,
right?
you are. Forever young.
At 56.
Young.
Yeah.
Yes.
What I can tell my fellow youth is that it is you to decide what kind of lifestyle you want to lead. And everything starts from you as an individual. You may be given a counselor to guide you, but if you have not decided on yourself, you should know yourself first. And for you to aspire for something, it is you to know what kind of attitude you want to have in yourself. For you to achieve this, first of all, allow the Spirit of God to take control over you, over your body as a human being. Allow that Spirit of God to take control over you. After that, pray, tell the truth, and when you pray and you tell the truth, the answer to that, which is the third point, God will help you. God will never leave you.
Amen to that. As we are finishing up though, is there something you want to tell to young people?
I can tell those young people. Vile wanamwambia, unaona mimi vile nilikuwa na pesa yangu kidogo, yenye walinitumia ilikuwa around 23,000. Nikashika hapo Kibuye wakati nikajibribe na 4,000. Hadi siku hizi natoa waru Kisii. Na waka hapo Kibuye nalipa tax. Nimetoa kijana mwingine street anajivaa manguo mzuri ya kusafi. Sitaki gama hapo. Pia hakuna kunaenda. Hapo store ya waru ndio analalea. Nimempatia mattress pia ya identity analala hapo anajifunika. Nimemtoa pale kulala kwa street. Nimeona pia kama yako nini hapo bright kabisa. Kwa ajili pia mimi walinisaidia. Na nimeona kama pia nilikuwa amenipenda. Pia yako hapo mpaka sasa hivi. Sasa nasema wacha ni supply huku. Usupply huku. Already mwenyewe ameshapata paka msichana tena ako naye wapi. Anamtagula paka kuoa. Unaona bila bright. Sasa kama kuna bibi, sitabidi lazima nimwaje tena kwa kuwa hapo na wewe msichana wake. Sibila anapiga kelele huko na wao pia na mimi na supply huku hivi hapa yote. Ikifika tasema umejua leo wale wabaki itabidi tuweke deni. Chukueni 200 hiyo ni 400 yenye nawapatia. Kama menda mdhuni wanapata 350 hiyo ni 700. Sasa wananasana kwa ajili tena wananiita sasa hivi nimeshawapeleka huko kwa Ndoto. Unaona? Kwa Ndoto wamekubali pia kwa sponsor. Na wako hapa nilishawarejea paka na idea. Abi sasa hivi ndio tukaanza anza mapema. Bila watu napatanga mafundisho mzuri. Doa child kwa watu wengi.
Wow.
Hiyo naye nimesema.
Wow, that is so nice. Unajua na kuadmire from kutoka hiyo place ya I have nothing, I'm going through a lot, na ninajibuild mpaka hii place and you're a business owner, you're an employer, and not just that, unasaidia wase wengine, you're training people, you're uplifting people. Emmanuel, that is such a beautiful thing. So I'd like to just briefly tell us, hapa venye mkoanza mapema hiyo ina support group ya Coffee Wednesday. Tangu join hii support group unaona inakusaidiaje na unaweza recommend mtu mwingine mwenye ako na struggles, issues, drugs, a join support group here? So lastly, Emmanuel, I want you to speak to watu wenye wako almost kuingia kwa drugs, juu ya depression. Ama watu wengine wenye wako almost kuingia kwa drugs juu ya peer pressure. Ama watu already wako ndani ya drugs. Nataka uaddress in 1 minute unaweza waambia nini?
But mostly hapa railway sword it's just too obsession too. Unaona niko naye na wewe aona. Lakini ukiona wale
What do you mean by that?
Obsession leo niko na pesa. Unajua mimi nimeshatengeneza. Nimekuja tu ku relax tu ili nijienjoy. Sasa nikikupatia ule nani wako na pesa wakikuja already umejua kisha kupatia ukubwa tu ule nani wako na anakuwa na pesa anafanya biashara. Watakwambia watajaa kwako. Na umejua watu wakishaja kwako kuna pesa lazima utawapatia. Lakini wale wa street wale na wanaomba. That's why wale vile wako ni orphans. Kuna wengine wako total orphans, kuna wengine wenye sio nini. Kuna wengine tu pia wenye wamepiga tu sini yao imewaleta hapo. Lakini ukiongea wanaweza change, hana change tu kitu amko. Mimi mtu mmoja hapo ndo hata sasa naenda hapo. Naenda kupiga ile hesabu mimi nimeshamaliza kuuza. So na mimi nimebeba gunia. Nimeshamaliza. Tenda kupiga hesabu.
Yes. Alright, I would like to say a huge thank you so much for sharing sisi hivi. Najua this is going to be literally salvation for another person. Mungu akubariki na kuzidie even as you're doing your business, even as you keep empowering other young people. As Felicity Mimi, I am absolutely proud of you and the journey you have walked. Asante sana kwa kuwa na sisi wewe. Thank you so much.
Thank you.